Kanye West needs to be stopped. Hello, you gorgeous donuts. Today we're going to be covering the entire Kanye West situation that is unfolding right now because it's getting worse by the day. We're going to cover possibly the worst thing that Kanye West has ever said in this video and the entire fallout from that. We're going to cover how he's now trying to launch a career as a Twitch streamer, however got banned in his first 7 minutes of trying. How his new album that he's releasing could be his worst creation yet. The name of it alone will send shivers down your spine. And everything else that's been happening. So let's get into it. So for people that don't know who Kanye West is, he used to be one of the most influential artists in the 2000s. Everything this man touched at one point turned to gold. The man even went outside of music and launched one of the biggest fashion brands that's ever been created in a short space of time. And he gained like tremendous amounts of respect for his views and for people that he stuck up for. People really resonated with this man. However, in his last few years, I say like the last 5 to 10 years, he's had meltdown after meltdown and kind of lost his mind in the process, and it's been quite sad to see. He has offended pretty much every single person on earth. If you have a heartbeat, there's probably something that Kanye West has said which you would take offense to. So first off, I want to cover the trauma that Kanye West has recently revealed on his Instagram and Twitter account, which the entire internet has been talking about. So he wrote a tweet about a song on his upcoming album. However, what he revealed in this tweet is honestly shocking. This song is called Cousins, about my cousin that's locked in jail for life for killing a pregnant lady a few years ago. A few years after I told him we wouldn't look at dirty magazines together anymore. Now already, okay, you can stop here, Kanye. This is already pretty traumatic. Like, what, your cousin killed a pregnant lady? Okay, it can't get worse than this. There's no way that this tweet can go downhill from here. We're pretty much at the rock bottom here. Perhaps in my self-centered mess, I felt it was my fault that I showed him those dirty magazines when he was 6, and then we acted out what we saw. Sorry, what? Sorry. Sorry, what? That's a great start of the week. Cheers, Kanye. That is the Monday motivation I needed. Finding out Kanye West acted out sexual acts with his cousin. My dad had Playboy magazines, but the magazines I found in the top of my mom's closet were different. Oh my god, were Kanye's mom and dad just like really horny? That is wild that back in the day, you know, no internet, they actually needed the printed out copies of it. Was that not embarrassing going to the shop and like getting it? Like, you know, people who watch certain sites now, they just kind of don't tell anyone about it. But the person working behind the desk knows what you're gonna do when you leave that shop tonight. They know that you're in for a spiking of the heart rate. Now again, surely this tweet can't get worse after this. Stay tuned. My name is Ye, and I sucked my cousin's d till I was 14. Tweet sent. Oh my lord. Ye, stop tweeting. What do you mean? You sucked your cousin's dick. Not just sucked it until 14. 14! I'm glad that Kanye feels comfortable to open up about trauma. However, I don't feel like this is the safe space to do it. If there's any website where you shouldn't open up about trauma, it's Twitter, because people really just don't take people's issues serious on that platform. That platform is made to just take the out of people in the worst way possible. Now, if anybody else opened up about this trauma, I feel like a lot of people would be sympathetic towards it, because this is like a really horrific thing that he's talking about. Like, this is you know, something that actually, I don't want to say it's common, but a few people go through this, but it's just not talked about because of how, you know, intense it is, and also illegal. However, because what Kanye West has tweeted in the past and how much he just lives off offending people, he really has received no sympathy for coming forward with this trauma. Like, the response to it has been absolutely wild. Kanye West to his cousin.
Oh, that's classy. I can't, but this is going too far.
No. You can't put Shawn Michaels on like that. That's not fair. That is not fair. I doubt that's how it went down. Were you there? No, you weren't. I love that this has got over 6,000 retweets. Like 6,000 humans went, yeah, mate, that's mint. And retweet that. Kanye West leaving his cousin's house. Well, you know, I don't think that's true either, is it? I don't think that one is true. Right, you're just taking the piss at this point. Can you imagine Kanye West, like, opening up about this trauma and then going to the internet being like, oh, I wonder how many people have come out in support of me and, you know, have been through similar experiences, and these are the tweets that come up first. He's never gonna open up about this ever again. 10 years ago, it would have been major news that Kanye sucked off his cousin for years, but now things are so weird that we're all just like, yeah, That checks. I mean, that is true. Like, it's almost, you know, it's almost sad because it's almost like the boy who cried wolf. He said so many terrible things that when he comes forward with something that's actually true and terrible, people just have so little sympathy for him because of the kind of audience he's created. Like, because of the trolling nature that he's become, he's just attracted that kind of fan base. So they just don't have any empathy whatsoever. Like, when I read that tweet for the first time, genuinely, I felt so bad for him. And it seems like nobody feels the same way because of what he said in the past, and I totally understand that. Even 50 Cent replied to Kanye West revealing this information. Fuck today, man. The Knicks lost, the Pope died, and Kanye told us he sucked off his cousin's dick for 8 years. I'm going to bed early. Tomorrow gotta be a better day. To be fair, that is a tough day. That is a tough day. Like, finding out Kanye sucked off his cousin and the Pope dies in the same day. Coincidence? I think not. That was probably the last thing that, you know, the Pope was like, I'm out of here. That's harsh. That's actually really harsh. I shouldn't really joke about that, should I? Just saying. It's an awfully convenient coincidence. One wild thing that has came out after Kanye West revealed this information about himself is Jeffree Star decided to use this moment to create even more drama for Kanye. Okay, it. The rumors were true. Now, if you don't know what this relates to, apparently there was a rumor going around that when Kanye West was seeing Kim Kardashian, he cheated with Jeffree Star. Now, I don't know if Jeffree Star's confirming this to actually be true or if he's taking the piss, but I hope they're lying. Kanye, what are you doing? Not Jeffree Star. Not the person that made them lipsticks. Not General Grievous. Also, Jeffree Star, like, that's such, like, a resemblance of who they are as a person. Like, Kanye comes forward with this trauma and they go, you know what, I'm just going to write on the back of this. I'm just going to get some promo off this. Kanye sucked off his cousin. Do you want to know who else he sucked off? You're looking at them. Now, not to take this deep, but I know that a lot of people that suffer from this kind of trauma early in their life, often they can become, like, overly, they can be very, like, when they get older. Hypersexual, the term is. And often what you find is when it's men that's actually been through certain trauma like this, they can sometimes kind of take it out on women. And I feel like a lot of people are kind of saying this is why Kanye is so derogatory towards, like, Kim Kardashian, towards his new wife, towards other women in general, the way he talks about them. After hearing what he went through in his childhood, because this kind of all kind of links up now and we're really getting to see who Kanye actually is to his core. And that is unfortunately a really, really disturbed person. Now, you might be thinking, how has Kanye kind of dealt with this trauma after tweeting this? Has he kind of took some time off the internet? No, he hasn't. He decided to dedicate an entire song to this situation. I don't need to hear anymore. Sorry, I cannot do this. Hanging out with my cousin, reading dirty magazines. Already, before it gets to what we know, that's already a little bit creepy. Like, who invites their cousin round and goes, do you want to just look at, like, some naked ladies? And naked men. I don't know which way you swing. We can work that out later. Bloody hell. It's like he wants us to know repeatedly. Like, why would you want that to be the hook that stays in people's mind? I gave my cousin head. I gave my cousin head. Like, when I'm singing that in me head, but kind of out loud in public, people are going to be like, God, he's really disturbed, isn't he? They're not going to know it's a Kanye song. This is so sad. And it's not just sad for Kanye. It's sad for his children. It's sad for everyone around him. Like, this man is opening up about things that, you know, he should be able to speak to somebody in, like, a private kind of way and really just sort him out. I'm just so astonished that nobody around Kanye is trying to help him, or it seems like they're not trying to help him. I think this man has just surrounded himself with so many yes people for too long now that he's just completely lost himself. Now, you might have thought, okay, like, that song is wild, but I imagine the new upcoming album's got some better kind of material on it. Well, you're wrong, because the name of this album is possibly the worst name Kanye West has ever give one of his projects ever. So initially, he put out a poll to the public what he should call it, and I mean, the options weren't the best. Album title: Cook or World War III. Two very different, contrasting kind of names here, Kanye. Cook, you know, you watch your partner sleep with other people. Or World War III, You know, mass death. Really, don't really know what the correlation is here. You know, if you did like World War II or World War III, I'd be like, okay, I can kind of see why you cook or World War III. It makes no sense, fella. And then shortly after, he didn't let his audience decide. He just decided himself and decided to call it Cook. And in celebration of this, he tweeted, "Cook the world." Now, I don't actually know what that means. Like, how do you cook the world? Is that like you sleep with everybody's partners in the world and they're all watching? Is this some sort of like Bonnie Blue thing, but like everyone is queuing up? I have no idea. How do you cook the world? Or do you like sleep with somebody on Venus or Jupiter, then you cook an Earth, right? You make an Earth watch, all that. I have no idea. Now, to promote this album, Kanye has decided to do loads of weird appearances on famous live streamers' Twitch channels. In all of these clips from the different live streams, he just seems so mad at everyone that he's ever had an interaction with, or even people in his own family.
She told me within 2 weeks of us being married that the only albums that she ever bought was Frank Ocean album. I'm me. This is my wife, and she just says it blunt, like a kid talking to a substitute teacher or some shit. Like, I ain't even got to see you again. Like, she talking to me like she ain't got to see me tomorrow. Like, and
why does that really matter? Like, why are you jealous of Frank Ocean? The man is gay. He's hardly gonna steal your wife off you. Like, why do you care? If anything, that's quite a good thing, right? Like, why would you want your wife to buy your album? The money that comes in is for both of you. So she's just basically paying for money that's going to be back in her bank account. It makes no sense. You want your wife to be queuing up at HMV for the midnight launch of, like, graduation. What do you want her to do here, Kanye? I imagine, like, whenever Kanye West releases an album when he was with Kim Kardashian, he'd, like, make her sit with no distractions and, like, make her, like, really take it in and give, like, a full comprehensive PEED chain review of every single song on each album. Can you imagine being with this man? Genuinely. Like, I don't know how people do it.
you know, Kim was Paris Hilton's assistant. I should have had babies with Paris Hilton over Kim Kardashian. You guys, could you imagine if I had kids with Paris Hilton? How many hotels I have now?
Why do you need hotels? You're like a billionaire. What do you mean? What does that improve anything? Why would you want hotels? Just so you can suck your cousin off in more places? This is another example of Kanye West. This is another example of this man, like, saying things and not, like, having any empathy for even his own children. Could you imagine being one of his children listening to him say this, that he wish he never really had them because they wouldn't be there? Like, without their mother, they're not them. They're a different person. Kanye's basically saying, yeah, I just wish I had kids with someone else, then, like, I just would get hotels. How about your kids, Kanye? Surely you want kids over hotels, no? Wow, you get to stay in a posh hotel that's got a buffet. What about your children, Kanye? What about your children?
Think about that, the Hilton. You know, the Hilton. Because I think I'm staying in a Hilton right now. The fucking Edition Hotels is a Hilton. You know what I'm saying? And Paris Hilton had the vision, and then that's what happened. Kim was like the Virgil. Kim was like Paris Hilton's Virgil. And that's what happened. If you like Arnold Schwarzenegger and you have a kid with a nanny, the nanny only power is to take your kids. So Kim's only power is to take my kids. I had a baby with a assistant, bro. And then put her on Vogue. Then put her on Vogue, bro. You can't put no assistant on Vogue, bro.
This guy's actually scary. Like, the way he kind of talks down about Kim Kardashian. Like, this is Kim Kardashian, okay? Like, I know when they met, he might have been more famous than her, but it's still Kim Kardashian. And the way that he talks about her, can you imagine how he talks about a woman who is not famous? This man, the way he speaks about women is just ridiculous compared to what he used to be like. He's trying to put her down on every single occasion, and it just makes him look worse and makes her look better, if anything. Him doing this has the complete opposite effect because it makes people look at Kim Kardashian and go, oh my god, you were like a superhero for being with this man. He's saying that her greatest achievement in life is like taking Kanye's kids away from him. I feel like Kanye, like, looking from the outside, you've done this to yourself. Like, she hasn't done anything. Like, if I was Kim Kardashian and you were like the other parent of my children, I would probably be like, look, you're not going to dad's house. He's acting out a little bit, you know? He's a little bit weird today. Dad's had a couple of energy drinks and it's gone to his head. It's wild because this man can go from talking like this and just go straight to talking about The Last of Us while holding a Bible.
And it's so funny, I've been playing Last of Us, and like, it's so much funny because I never seen, like, I'm from Chicago, I never seen nobody die, like, in real life and shit. And on Last of Us, they die in a certain way where they fall It's still like slow and shit. It's so bugged out. The way these clips look when you see people get shot in their head or killed.
This guy's lost the absolute plot. What are you going on about? You're saying words, but you're not saying anything. You're talking, but you're not saying anything. For people that don't know, The Last of Us is a game which is like, you know, set in like a zombie apocalypse. And he introed it by going, I've never really seen anyone die. You know, obviously I'm from Chicago. Yes! Nobody's seen anyone die at the hands of zombies, right? That's not just a Chicago thing, Kanye. This man genuinely is just like an absolute troll. He just plays computer games and then just says the most offensive things on the internet. That is just a troll. That's just someone that just lives to make people angry. People have also accused him of aura farming, as the kids have been saying. Like, this is, you know, you could say this is funny because it's Kanye West. Imagine you walked past somebody in the street doing this, holding a Bible, just staring at the floor, just like this. You would be like, all right, let's just, can we just have some security around the local schools, especially if we're in America? Can we just get this place on lockdown? Can somebody get like a policeman here just to watch over this bloke? I'm unsure what's going on here. He just gets away with it because he's Kanye. And one thing that does make us sad about Kanye is how he constantly is putting down like people all the time, especially women. It always seems to be women with Kanye. He's been saying a lot of stuff about the recent Grammy winner Doechii, who's blew up in the last couple of years.
You know, my verse is better than Kendrick's, and it's no way for my verse to not be better than Kendrick's on that anyway. And then for them to put Kendrick over Drake is some industry shit, and that's what we got about. Stop letting these niggas like who is Doechii? Is how you say her name, Doechii?
That's an industry factor.
That's what I'm saying. Because as soon as Doja Cat, who's talented, crazy, this and that, as soon as she started popping all this Nazi shit, whatever she do.
Why is he purposely putting down this woman who's doing really well? Like, she's doing unbelievable. Like, her life's changed in the last couple of years, and he hates to see other people win. It's like a spitefulness. It's like you can just see to his core that he's just jealous of these people that are doing better than him. That's one term that I really don't get when people use it about a lot of people, like industry plan. Like, if you look at Doechii's YouTube channel, she's been working at trying to blow up for the last 10 years. She's been working on her craft since she was young, and finally, like 8 or 9 years in, she released one song that went viral, and it's just made her career go huge. Like, that's how people become big. They work for so long and one song gets big, and then they get called an industry plan, and then people like Kanye like reaffirming it. It only creates more hate towards that person, and it is really sad, especially with people like Doechii and other artists that Kanye keeps putting down, because at one point in their careers, Kanye was like a huge inspiration for them.
Who were you studying when you're trying to like elevate your own artistry?
Kanye.
I wish I wasn't dark so I could look like Beyonce. I wish I had a big ego like Kanye.
Like, imagine her just seeing that now. She's gonna be like, oh, what a tool. Why was I ever inspired by this man? This man is like just evil, just horrible. And it just seems like the more the months go on, the worse Kanye is like spiraling out of control. Like, nobody is helping him get off the internet. It just seems like he's getting more intense by the day. Like, here's some of his recent tweets. I decided today I'm white. I mean, I don't think that's how it works, Kanye. I don't think you can just wake up and go, you know what, today I'm white. I'm gonna go into a shop and ask to speak to the manager, and nothing's the matter just because I'm white. Everyone loves me now. Don't worry, I'll make you hate me again. And then look at them emojis, man. Like, how this bloke is 50 plus. He's on the way to getting his pension, man. What are you doing? Just like button it up, Kanye. Close the account, delete the app. You're doing no one any favours here. The world is my McDonald's. I give orders. I mean, that doesn't, I don't even know what that means. Like, that just, it's, what? I don't need to just see my kids. I need to raise them. I'm a good dad. I'm a great father to have. You know what, like, it's so easy to tweet this. But you know what is the sign of a good dad? Is someone that is actually like there for the children and not tweeting about being a good dad. Like no matter how many times you tweet I'm a good dad, people won't believe you. Like it's your actions that speak louder than your words, sir. Because the behavior you're showing is not the signs of a good dad. Like you're just embarrassing your children at this point. I have to suppress the fact that my kids have been taken away from me and everyone just watches. What do you want us to do about it? What am I meant to do? Do you want me to call Bernardo's? Do you want me to call CPS? Be like, actually, I've seen some of Kanye's tweets. He actually seems like he's like working everything out. Can you like let him say no? Like what? They're not going to listen to me. It's your actions, Kanye. This is why this is happening. Kanye does seem like he has some love in him. And I do think he does care about his children. But his actions don't back this up. And it's so frustrating because whenever children are involved, like, you know, when I cover wife swap episodes or super nanny episodes on my main channel, I always talk about how much sadder it is when kids are affected by their parents' actions. And just because this man is a celebrity, he is not exempt from this. If any other person was acting like this on the internet, of course their kids are going to be taken away from them. I just don't see this situation getting any better, and I actually did a previous video on Kanye's meltdown a couple of months ago. If you want to watch it now, because I explained really how Kanye has gone from being like an inspiration to a lot of people to being one of the worst people on earth at the moment. So go watch that video, Donuts. Thank you very much for watching this one, and I really do appreciate you taking the time out your day to watch stuff that I find interesting. So thank you very much.
Kirkham, baby.